if you think you'll be sewing a lot, it's good to get into that subject so you avoid having a Hulk shoulders like I do now, and I cannot get rid of them. And it also hurts all the time. My name is Marlena and I love sewing. And now I have pain in my wrist, my neck, my shoulder blade, my knees, and my foot. Cheers. If you are a sprightly, newly born 20-year-old and you just decided that you want to start sewing, come here. Let Auntie Marlena talk to you. We need to have a chat because somebody needs to tell you this. Despite the content of this video being extremely boring, it's also equally important that you listen to it because it might just save your health in the long run. I don't know about your mom, but my mom did tell me a lot about how dangerous, for example, riding motorbikes is, talking to strangers. But has anyone ever told you, and have you ever considered that sitting down at your sewing machine, peacefully going while making your frilly, fairy pink ball gown can be extremely dangerous too, detrimental to your health and well-being? No, I didn't know that either until, I went and destroyed my own health. Sewing can absolutely break your body and destroy your health if you're not careful. So, we've gathered here today to discuss all the ways in which you can be careful while sewing so you don't go on and destroy your health and give yourself Hulk shoulders like I did. You might think I'm whining about destroying my own health, but don't take my word for it. Let me read you something, okay? Just give me 2 seconds to read you this quote. The root cause of musculoskeletal discomfort among the seated workers are due to the awkward, constrained work posture. Me at sewing table should literally be a picture in that book. And monotonous, repetitive tasks. The nature of work of sewing machine operator, that's us. That's you and that's me. That's you and us. That's me and you, babe. The nature of work of sewing machine operator requires prolonged hours of sitting in a forward-bending posture. It is highly repetitive in nature. The sewing operation involves coordination of feet, hand, and eye, and the machine operators maintain a constant sitting posture on a stool with the body inclined forward. Listen to this, babe, such stressful, awkward postures adopted for work shift or more than a work shift would be regarded as health hazards. Which is why I'm making this video, because let me know, I wish somebody has told me about it. When I first started sewing, grabbed me by the shoulder and told me, listen, you little you better start sewing in the right posture from the beginning or you will regret it later. Okay? Thank you. And now that we've established that this is a very important subject for any sewing machine operator, home, sewist or otherwise, let me tell you 5 things you should know about sewing ergonomics and implement them, if you can, in your own sewing practice today, right now, okay? If you can, do not put your sewing machine on the standard normal table. Why? 2 things. 1, it causes shoulder shrugging. If your sewing machine is slightly off the table, you need to control your fabric so your shoulder will come up, and this is how you train really nice Hulk shoulders. Unless that's your vibe, don't do this. Second reason for that, it's extremely important to keep a 90-degree angle in your elbow. So you should be able to do all this for multiple hours with having, I'm a bit too low actually, while having a 90-degree angle at your elbow, because you will be doing a lot of repetitive motions and that does kill our joints. Now, not everybody has the space for designated sewing furniture. Not everybody has the resources. So the easiest solution to that is to get an adjustable office chair, because that will let you at least control the position of your body against the table that you're working with, or get an adjustable table, which is slightly more expensive than the chair. I did not realize that I was doing it, and I haven't heard anyone else speak about it, but for the love of your own foot, let go of your sewing pedal. If you don't know what I'm talking about, in order to make our machine go prrr, we need to press the sewing pedal, unless you have those fully mechanized sewing machines where you can just press a button. But for the most part, what we do is we press a button. Imagine this is my footsie, this is the pedal. we press the pedal. Now, what I didn't realize, what I've been doing for the longest time, is that even when I wasn't pressing on the pedal, I was ready, you know, I was ready to press on the pedal. So my foot, I could be sewing for 12 hours and my foot would be like this, just constantly ready. Don't do that because you will absolutely destroy all the muscles and tendons that make your foot go like this. And then you will end up unable to fall asleep because your foot will be in so much pain, and it will cause you to, you know, need physical therapy for years after. So be wiser than I was and don't do that. Now, some of the older sewing machines have extremely smart sewing pedal or foot pedal, which I wish could be brought back, but let's be honest, that's the cost of production is cut so far down into hell that nothing good is ever coming back out of that hole. But this is a foot pedal from this sewing machine, which is from the 1950s, and it's genius, and it literally saved my foot from being amputated. Not that it's what my doctor recommended, it's something that I absolutely would have done, DIY'd it at home if I didn't get help for my foot, because it was in pain from being like this at all times while sewing. It's not good, it's not smart, don't do it. This is not a button. This is a button that when you press it, makes your machine go prrr. At times when you're not pressing this button, you can totally, absolutely, comfortably rest your foot with its full weight on the pedal. That saved my foot, because otherwise at normal sewing machine my foot is constantly like that, and it's really hard to teach myself not to do that. So if you're just a beginner, be conscious and mindful of putting your foot away when you're not using it. Maybe it's just my problem, but I was just constantly ready. If you can avoid it, don't do it. It can be extremely painful when you overwork your foot. Put it in the comments if you wish modern sewing machines had foot pedals like this. It's also extremely sturdy. It doesn't slip away. It's heavy, so it's not going anywhere. I love it. Number 3, currently, I would say rather unpopular advice on the internet. Use white light. I know everybody and their mother wants to have warm light in their houses, and I totally understand it. It's very cozy, it's very enveloping, cocooning, and it's easy to relax. Now, if you're sewing, even though it can be a very relaxing activity, it will make you squint. If you don't have enough light and warm light does not provide you with enough looking, seeing, doing things light, then you will squint and you will hunch, and it will lead to a lot of discomfort down the line. Because when you're sewing like this, which is 100% what I did for years, it will not only give you wrinkles, it will give you a hunchback and pain in your neck. So if you can just buy yourself a light bulb for one of your lamps, God forbid all of them.
Your house looks like a gas station at 2 a.m. You went 5,000 Kelvin, Carl.
If you can, buy one white light, extremely strong light bulb. Put it in your desk lamp or a standing lamp that you can, you know, put next to your sewing machine, and absolutely use it. It will save your eyes and it will save your neck. Now, if I could summarize all the ergonomics advice that I've gotten through the years, it will be this. Try your best to keep your back straight with shoulders relaxed. Once you start sewing and focusing, you might realize that your shoulders are creeping up towards your ears. Stop them. Tell them no. Back straight, shoulders relaxed, down, both your knees and your elbows at 90-degree angles. Avoid hunching forward to see your work better. Avoid slouching forward to see your work better. Avoid leaning your head too much towards your work to see your work better. You see why I recommend good lighting? And especially, you know, bending your neck. That will be an extreme awa if you do that for too long time while working at your sewing station. Because I basically ignored every single one of those points, I broke every single part of the body that could have been broken by sewing. And, you know, don't be like me. Do better. If you struggle with, with your head coming forward, which I used to do a lot, and the lighting doesn't help and changing of the position doesn't help, I'm saying it completely unironically, do check your eyes. I had to have my eyes checked. I should be wearing glasses as we speak, but I had motion sickness when I was little, and my eyeglasses do give me a little bit of that motion sickness back. So I don't wear them very often, but when I feel I'm getting tired at my work table, I definitely use my eyes. They're not that big of a prescription, but I'm glad I went and I got my eyes checked. It turned out that I need just that little teeny tiny little help. And that tiny little help from those tiny little baby glasses did help me stop leaning forward and hunching forward. So if you struggle with that, do talk to your doctor. You might need some extra help. I'm not calling you a Ergonomics are extremely important for our health, so don't ignore them. And if I can give you a bonus advice, it will be to get a chair, if you have the office chair, for example, with kind of a waterfall seat that doesn't have a hard edge to prevent the chair from cutting off blood flow to your legs. Trust me, you'll appreciate it while you're having a sewing marathon. I'm not going to bore you any further with the riveting subject of ergonomics. These were the 5 most important rules for operating this very dangerous, very scary machine safely. I hope this video will help you stay healthy, stay safe, and I hope it will help you sew happily ever after. And if you have any other tips about ergonomics or about improving your sewing environment, do let us know in the comments. I think I speak for the whole sewing gang. We always appreciate a good tip in the comment section. And speaking of sewing gang, if you like this video, if you found it helpful, subscribe to this channel and become an official member of our sewing gang. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I love you. Bye-bye. This lipstick is so treacherous. Like, it will smudge at the lightest touch. So do not recommend for dates at all. It's Dior lipstick. Anyway.